Renew fam, and welcome back to my channel where we discuss all things mental health, wellness, business, and everything in between to get you from where you are to where you want to be. And I know it's been a while since I have done a long form video, but I have been consistently uploading shorts. So if you are subscribed to my channel, make sure that you are checking the actual channel to see what videos that I have uploaded. But in addition to subscribing to the channel, make sure that you have clicked the notification bell so that you can be notified when new uploads are completed. Okay, because some of you are subscribed but you have not clicked the notification bell, so you are missing videos when they are uploaded, and then you're seeing them late, and then you're behind the curve. So subscribe, click the notification bell, and share this channel with someone who you think could benefit from the content that is shared here. Okay, now that that's out of the way, we're gonna dive into our topic for today. So today I'm going to be talking about 10 things that I have learned since becoming a business owner and starting my own business. If you follow me on this channel, then you know that I stepped away from my 9-to-5 corporate job in last year in June, and since that time I have been working for myself. I have been my own boss. It has been on me, and I have had some challenges that I have learned and also some benefits. So I'm going to share that with you today. 5 challenges and 5 benefits of being a business owner. And because I like to end things on a positive note, we're going to begin with the challenges first. Let's get started. So I began thinking about this on last night, so I do have some notes in my phone. So if you see me looking down, then I'm reading some notes from my phone so I don't forget what I want to say. Okay, so one of the very first things that you find out when you start your own business is that your business rises and falls with you. Your dedication or lack thereof determines the success of your business. You are the face of your business, so you make or break it. And it depends on what you're doing. What are you willing to do? What are you willing to sacrifice in order to make your business successful? And when you step away completely from the security of a 9-to-5 job, because a 9-to-5 job does provide some security. So when you step away from that, again, it's all on you. Whatever you make that month, that's all you have. What you don't make, you don't have. If all you make is $100 that month, that's all you have, because there's nothing else coming in. So your finances, the success, everything rides on you, and you have to make it happen. And so anyone who's ever started their own business or ventured to do so, and entrepreneurs, we learn that very, very quickly. It's on you. And because it's on you, you can't be afraid to put yourself out there. That's the second thing, the second challenge, putting yourself out there. It requires confidence to put yourself on Front Street. But when you have a business, you are the face of that business. People know your business by you, by how you carry yourself, by what you put out, what you display. You are the face of your business. So if you are someone who is more shy, who's a little more reserved, you're gonna have a challenge in that area when it comes to marketing yourself. And that's one of the things I was challenged with, because I am more reserved. I'm more of an introvert. I don't like talking about myself. I don't like self-promotion. But in business, you have to do it. If you don't promote yourself, then who will? And sometimes it's easier to get someone else to do your marketing or to get someone else to promote you, but then you have to pay that person to do it. You have to make sure they're doing it right. You have to oversee what they're doing. And if you're just starting off, you may not have the extra funds to pay someone to do it. So then you have to handle all of your marketing, all of your self-promoting efforts. It is on you. And so you can't be afraid to put yourself out there. You can't be afraid to make yourself seen. You can't be afraid to tell people what you have going on. Because if no one knows your business exists, then how can they support it? They can't. Which leads to number 3, battling your own self. Your next biggest challenge as a business owner is going to be battling you. The thoughts in your own mind, the negative thoughts that you tell yourself. No one's gonna come. No one's gonna support me. No one wants to hear what I have to say. I'm not knowledgeable enough. I'm not as popular as the next person. I don't have all the resources as the next person. You're gonna be your biggest challenge, battling your own self and thoughts of a lack of worth. Battling with yourself about your self-worth, battling with yourself about what you can or cannot achieve. You're gonna have to learn to battle the giant of negativity that is in your own mind. And all business owners deal with that imposter syndrome. I don't belong. I don't have what the next person has. I don't have what I need to be successful. Every business owner deals with those thoughts, but you have to conquer that giant in your mind. You have to conquer that imposter syndrome. You have to conquer those negative thoughts that tell you what you aren't, and hold on to why you have a drive to do what you want to do. Because that's going to be your motivation in dark seasons. The why. Why am I doing this? Why did I start this? Why am I passionate about this? That's going to be the drive to keep you going when those thoughts of negativity start to plague your mind. Number 4, seek the help that you need. And so finding the right help, finding the right support is another challenge that business owners face. You want to make sure that you have people that are passionate about your business the way that you are. You want to make sure that you hire workers that are passionate the way that you are. And working in a corporate setting for over 10 years, I was in management, so I did a lot of hiring, sometimes firing. And that's not the fun part, but you had to see who was best for the job. You had to try to pick the best candidate and not just a candidate. But sometimes finding the right help and support can be like playing Russian roulette. You don't know what you're going to get into until you get in the trenches. Sometimes you can think you have good help and you find out that it's not. So every business owner deals with that, weeding out who should I choose, who should I pick, who's going to be the best candidate, who's going to do the job the way I would do the job, who's going to take care of my business with the same care that I would, or close to the same care that I would, because in reality, no one's going to cater to your business the way you would, but you can always find someone close. But that's a definite challenge, finding the right help and the right support to help build your business and not hinder your business. And number 5, which is the last challenge that we'll discuss today, patience. Patience is key to building a successful business. In the early stages of business, you're going to spend a lot of time prepping, planning, and sometimes revamping to see what works and doesn't work. Because sometimes you're going to try an idea, it's going to work, it's going to flourish, and it's going to be successful. And then you may have those other ideas that don't quite hit, that aren't quite as popular, that aren't quite as lucrative as you thought. And that's going to require you to revamp your design. And there is no shame in revamping. There is no shame in making changes. Because if what you're doing is more of a hindrance to you and not a benefit, then it's wise to make changes. So every year I'm always looking at what worked last year, what didn't work. What do I want to change? What do I want to implement? I'm ever evolving because the goal is to have a successful business. So whether that product is not selling, whether that idea is not selling, do you keep it? Do you keep trying? Or do you let it go? And sometimes letting things go can be hard, because when you're building something from the ground up, it becomes your baby. It becomes something that you attach yourself to, and you want to see it thrive and you want to see it flourish. But many times business owners have to come to the realization that this is not working. And either they have to revamp what they're doing to make it work, or lay it aside altogether. And sometimes putting something down doesn't mean you're putting it down permanently. Sometimes it's just a resting period. I'm going to temporarily put this down, focus on something else, and maybe a few years from now we can pick it up again and try again. But there is no shame in starting over. So yes, our flesh may feel embarrassed, but it's more embarrassing to hold on to something that is draining you than to use your wisdom that God has given you to let go what needs to be buried, to let go what isn't working. And sometimes, again, it can be a shot to our ego. It can be a shot to our flesh. But wisdom is in knowing what to keep and what to release. All right, so now that the 5 challenges are out of the way, we're going to move to the 5 benefits of being in business. So the first positive or the first benefit of having your own business, everyone is going to say it, freedom and flexibility. And that's really like a 2-in-1, like a 1 and a 2. Freedom and flexibility. When you venture out into business for yourself, the freedom and flexibility is unmatched. I can get up when I want. I can, set my own hours. I can sleep as long as I want to in the morning if I want to sleep a little bit later. I have the flexibility. I can start my business early. I can start on it late. I have no borders or limits to how I want to design my business. And whether you set your business hours for a standard 9 to 5 or a 8 to 5, whatever you want to do that fits your lifestyle, you have the freedom to do it. Like for me, my business hours are from 10 to 6. Because I do therapy, I'm a mindset life coach, and I do mentoring, I understand that sometimes people are working, so those evening hours are vital for a working population. They don't go for work till 5. So offering sessions at 6 o'clock or later in the evening is pivotal to the type of business that I have, because it provides more of a variety for people to choose from. And I also work on Sundays, which is also a day when most businesses are closed, but guess what? People are not working. So then they have the day open after church. Those that go to church, after church, they can come on and get some therapy. They can come on and get some coaching. Whatever it is that they need, there's flexibility in my schedule, which allows flexibility for others. So that freedom and flexibility is unmatched. I love being able to come to work and I get to dictate my own scheduling. I get to dictate how many clients I want to see a day. If I want to see 10 clients, I can see 10. If I want to see 2 clients, I can just see 2. But I get to determine that. I get to set that pace for my own freedom and flexibility. The second benefit of being in business for yourself is that you get to create job opportunities for other people. You get to create job opportunities for other people. It's a great way to give back to others in a different way. And that was one of the things I was excited about the most starting my own business, was providing opportunities for others, giving them jobs, internships, volunteer work for those that want to work, and being able to help them in their career path and help them on that journey of discovering what they want to do, or giving them an environment that they can do what they want to do. Because I love giving back to people in that way by creating job opportunities for them. And that gives me joy when I'm able to help someone else and bring them joy. And giving someone a job that's helping them, get money to feed their families, that's helping them in their career, that's helping them reach their next level. And I love, love, love that part of being a business owner, giving back. And on the same lines of giving back, you get to give back with the services that you provide, because every service solves a problem. So that's the third benefit of being in business. You're solving someone's problem. And again, being a therapist and coach, I'm helping people with their life problems. If you sell gas, you help people get from point A to point B. If you sell clothing, you're helping people find fashion or express themselves in fashion, or either just providing basic clothes for them to put on. Your business solves a problem. And for my particular business, I'm solving the problem of mental health concerns. I'm helping people navigate through anxiety, relationship issues, depression, trauma. And I love every minute of that. And helping them find their own freedom brings me joy. Helping them find their release brings me joy. When I have a client that comes to me confused and they are kind of, their mind is discombobulated. They don't know what they want to do. They're having anxiety. They're confused, and they need clarity. And if after a hour session or a 45-minute session of us talking, by the end of that session, they have clarity. By the end of that session, they're able to say, Dr. Shaniqua, I feel better, or Miss Shaniqua, I feel better. And they're able to say, I feel a weight lifted off of me. When clients come back and give testimonials of how much I've changed their life, or how much I'm speaking into their life without knowing it, how much I'm speaking to things that they haven't even shared with me openly, but I'm able to tap into those things that have not even been said or seen, that brings me joy. Being able to free them from the cage of their mind, because they did not know how to quite navigate it on their own. They needed an extra boost. They needed an extra push, and I was able to provide that. That is the greatest joy, above the flexibility, above the freedom, helping others, giving back to them in that way, giving them something that's immeasurable and intangible, that's priceless, the freedom of their mind, giving them the freedom of their emotions, releasing them from burdens and releasing them from those traumas and those thoughts that plague them. And seeing a client in 30 days go from crying and being despondent to seeing them come in, they're smiling, their face is brighter, their eyes are lighter because they've let the weight go. That is the ultimate benefit of being a business owner, especially in my field. But number 5 is you get to create wealth for yourself. You get to determine how you want to build your wealth. You get to determine how you want to gain the resources to set you up for the type of life that you want. So as a business owner, you get to decide what that product is you want to sell, what that service is that you want to give, and how do you want to build your wealth. Or you want to build your wealth by consulting, by again, selling a physical product. For me, selling mental health, selling wellness. You get to determine that path. As a business owner, if you want to build houses, if you want to sell your jewelry on the side of the road, if you whatever you want to do, it's your world, it's your oyster. You can make it whatever you want. You have a blank slate as a business owner, as a creative, as an entrepreneur, and you get to decide what's a part of your canvas, no one else. You get to decide what that looks like for you. Because in my business, I offer 3 different services, but I'm also doing other things on the side. I do, again, coaching. I give some coaching away for free. I have a faith-based coaching specifically that I give away for free. Every Tuesday at 7:30, I do free faith-based coaching calls, and they're free. All you have to do is subscribe. You can listen in, call in, and listen to what I'm talking about that day. And if you're on a subscription list, if you want to listen in, you can. If you don't have to. But I send out the title topic every week. So that's a free service that I give. But I also have the benefit of just regular coaching, whether that's relationships, whether that's career, whether that's just wellness, and you wanting to be your best self. I do general coaching, but then I have specifically faith-based coaching that I give away for free. I do therapy. I do therapy with children and adults, virtually, in person. And then I do mentoring services as well. That and each of those things are different prices, they're different tiers, but some things I do give away for free. Because it's just like this content is free. Because I enjoy sharing knowledge. I enjoy doing things that interest me, and that's how I'm going to build my path of success. Doing what I'm called to do. And everyone's called to do something different. But as a business owner, you get to tap into that call. You get to tap into what you're passionate about. You get to tap into the things that make you feel the most beneficial to those around you. Because your gifts are not for you. Your calling is not for you. Your gifts and callings are for other people. It's for you to serve. So ultimately, as a business owner, you're serving. And as you serve and you align yourself to what God has placed in you and given you to do, once you align with that, wealth comes. Success comes. You don't have to chase it down. It comes. But with success also comes challenges. You can't have success without challenges. But for me, the benefits will always outweigh the challenges. The benefits of being in business and doing things my way and doing things the way I feel led to do them will always outweigh every challenge, because I know I'm rightly aligned. So everything's going to fall into place and work out the way it needs to. And if you're in business and it's a little janky right now and the pressure is heavy and you're wondering from day to day what to do next, quiet yourself. Seek God, pray about it, and make sure you hear Him, not your own desires. Sometimes our desires can lead us away from the will of God. And again, if you know my story, then you know me starting my business was a God move. It was God inspired. It was not something I just wanted to do. holistically. I always had a thought like, hey, it'd be nice to have my own business, but it wasn't until God put it in my spirit that it became alive. So if you're in business, let me know in the comments if you can relate to these challenges or these triumphs, these benefits, and leave a comment in the section below, and I will see you in the next video.